Hello, party people. Today I am here bringing you a tour of a small farming town that I called Greenfield. Just like the last one, we'll start at the bottom and work our way up to the top. It's a pretty small village. Uh, this is made to look kind of like wattle and daub buildings, which are kind of the most common building type in medieval Europe. It's pretty hard to replicate because wattle and daub would have basically fences along all this white part, but fences can't really do that in Minecraft, so I use these curtain rods from mod to try and replicate that. And then the houses, instead of having chimneys like Hell's March, they just kind of have a hole cut in the roof. It's very expensive to build a chimney, and it takes a lot more room, whereas you could just put a little fire in there, and then when it rains, oh well, you probably put a little cloth up there to cover it up. This is like I said, it's a farming town. This just kind of subsistence farming, sell ever. They don't use it some sort of market. They grow a lot of wheat here. Great land for farming. We've got a little laundry spot down here in this natural kind of like aquifer. Come down here and they'll wash your clothes or whatever. And then we got a cart, just transport more of their stuff. All these houses I wanted to build kind of like a purpose, like with Hell's March. So you'll see every house either has like a farm in the back or some sort. Oh, there's supposed to be sheep in here, but I guess they're gone now. That's not good. Oh, there's the sheep. And then Greensfield is also home to one of the kingdom's very few stud farms. I mean, it's just natural rolling plains, so it's great for raising horses. They're pretty strong too. Take a peek at the inside. Got a little nice stalls to live inside of. And then if you come up here, this is where the stable hands live. They just kind of sleep in the attic. That's how it would have been done, because the stable hands would be broke. And keep going over here. Just another house, wall and daub. And then we've got some burned out houses. You can see there's some graves over here. I wrote some lore for this in a server that I'm in where I post my builds. Basically, there's some bandits in the woods that have been pillaging Greensfield, and just recently these families refused to pay tribute, so they got torched and murdered. Come over here. I built this nice little chicken coop. I really like it. I mean, oh, there's one in there. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I guess it works. Work our way up, and we've got these tents. It's like I said, with the lore, so afterward the Lord of Greensfield hired mercenaries, which are the Black Companies. Or sorry, the Black Company. It's a big mercenary company in the lore to help protect them, so you can see this is the commander's tent. He's got some like maps and stuff and a pretty good set of armor. They got campfires all around. This is where they hauled other supplies up in this cart, all the tents or whatever. And then we've just got a singular mercenaries tent, lower end armor, just some like brigandine and a helmet, as opposed to the commander who had full plate armor. He's got his halberd resting out here because it won't fit inside. And then this is a two-person tent, and they've got pretty crappy armor overall. Just either like a cuirass or some gambeson, but they'll be pretty good in a fight. I mean, a morning star would hurt if you took it to the head. Come over here, and we've got outhouses. They're pretty much the same as the one Hell's March. I really like the design. It's pretty simple to build. Then we come up here, and we've got the Lord of Greensfield's Manor. I really like this build. It's probably one of my favorite builds. It's on the smaller side. The palisades, I really like them. These are fences, and then with the Axiom mod, so the Axiom mod is a builder's tool. So without the Axiom mod, the fences would look like this, but I can just remove that by right-clicking. So it looks kind of like stakes on top of a log. And we've got the gate wide open here. This isn't a very defensible manor. This town wasn't made to be defensible. It's just like a couple people live here. Why would you invest all that infrastructure in something that barely even matters? So we come in here, and we got kind of like the main dining hall, just kind of meet and greet, and then directly adjacent we have the guard shack. You can see, as opposed to Hell's March, this is kind of lower quality armor. Like I said, they're not expecting much of a fight, just mostly dealing with a robber every once in a while, or maybe like a drunkard. Come down here, and we've got cellar and kitchen. I got really bored at this part. I didn't really care for building a cellar. We got some grain. It's sand, but it's supposed to look like just piles of grain because they're a wheat community. And I'm just gonna pot and pot. Holy moly, pot on top of the stove. Just chopping block and stuff. Pretty simple. I don't know. Oh, that's the beacon. Excuse me. And then we come up here, and we've got Lord's bedroom. I like this. Pretty nice interior. It's got some nice paintings, some books. I mean, it's not that rich, so it's pretty modest interior. Sits here and reads the Bible or whatever. Looks out the window. Yeah, pretty nice house. And also, I wanted to do an update on Hell's March, because after building Greenfield, I got a little upset at Hell's March because I don't think it's actually that great of a town. I mean, it looks cool, but I'm trying to build realistically, and it just didn't make any sense. So, come over here. You might notice that it's looking a little different on the horizon. Sorry. Yeah, the portal to hell opened. It kind of burst out from underneath the ground, and this flesh tree burst out, and it took over the castle and the rest of the town. And it's destroying everything. Come over here. Yeah, it just completely swamped everything. There's no hope left for Hell's March. This gives me an interesting lore point where now every other town can be... Whoa, that guy just got flung out. Dang! Look at him go. Anyway, this gives me an interesting lore point where now the King's armies are mobilizing, so I can represent that in my world by having a bunch of like military checkpoints all around the roads or whatever. Carts on the move, the King's colors everywhere, bigger defenses in every town, because obviously there's a portal to hell. Kind of want to be ready if it comes for you. But yeah, like it's got a little arm holding up the flag. I think it looks pretty cool. I had to set the difficulty back to peaceful to avoid mob spawn, but originally I spawned in skeletons with no AI on top of a barrier block so they wouldn't move, and basically they would just stand here and it would look like the tree was holding up the skeletons like the king and stuff, and I thought it looked pretty cool. But yeah, that is Greensfield, and also an update on Hell's March.